Open with an image of the majestic Nile River and ancient Egypt. Set the historical context of the Israelites' enslavement in Egypt under the rule of Pharaoh. Transition to the time when the Pharaoh ordered the killing of all Hebrew male infants. Show Moses' mother placing him in a basket and floating him down the Nile to save his life. Depict Pharaoh's daughter discovering and adopting Moses. Illustrate Moses' upbringing in the Egyptian palace. Show him receiving an education, privileges, and the life of an Egyptian prince. Highlight his growing awareness of his Hebrew heritage. Transition to a pivotal moment when Moses kills an Egyptian taskmaster who was abusing a Hebrew slave. Depict his decision to flee Egypt, escaping Pharaoh's wrath. Show Moses' arrival in the land of Midian, where he meets Jethro and becomes a shepherd. Show Moses tending to his flock in the wilderness. Create an atmosphere of isolation and contemplation as he encounters a bush engulfed in flames, but not consumed. Use a deep, echoing voice to represent God as he calls Moses by name. Convey God's divine command for Moses to return to Egypt and free the Israelites from slavery. Illustrate Moses' awe, reluctance, and questions about his divine calling. God reassures Moses of his presence and guidance. Present Moses' objections, including his speech impediment and doubts about the Israelites' belief. Show God patiently addressing each concern and providing signs and wonders to demonstrate his power. Moses slowly begins to accept his mission. Transition to Moses leaving Midian with his family and returning to Egypt. Show his reunion with his brother Aaron, who will assist him. Illustrate their clandestine meetings with Israelite leaders and the gathering of the oppressed. Portray Moses and Aaron's audience with Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Israelites. Show Pharaoh's initial resistance, hardening his heart. Depict the plague sent by God, including the Nile turning to blood, frogs, locusts, and darkness. Depict the final plague, the death of the firstborn, and the Israelites' Passover celebration. Show the Israelites' hurried departure from Egypt, carrying unleavened bread. Create a visually stunning portrayal of the parting of the Red Sea, symbolizing God's deliverance. Show Moses leading the Israelites through the wilderness. Depict their arrival at Mount Sinai, where God gives Moses the 10 Commandments on stone tablets. Highlight the importance of these commandments in guiding the Israelites. Conclude by showing Moses' leadership throughout the Israelites' 40-year journey in the wilderness. Share how he upheld God's laws and established a covenant between God and the people. Emphasize Moses' role as a revered prophet and leader who brought the Israelites to the promised land, even though he couldn't enter it himself. Reflect on the story's enduring themes of faith, obedience, and God's guidance. Encourage viewers to consider their own life's purpose and the importance of following their calling. End with a message of hope and inspiration, inviting viewers to learn from the profound story of Moses and his journey.